Okay, in this quick start video, we're going to take a look at how to enter your symbols into ProphetX. Now, if you need help on how to look up your symbols in ProphetX, please review the previous video on the symbol search tool. First thing I want to do is go to a new page in my workbook. So I go ahead and click on the new page tab down at the bottom. And we're going to first take a look at quote sheets. So I'll go up to my quotes menu, click on it, and then click on quote sheet, and that opens up my default quote sheet. Now the first type of symbol I want to review is futures symbols. Now for quick review, a future symbol has a root symbol. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4 characters long, and it has a month and a year code as well. Now the first thing I want to do is take a look at hard coding your future symbols. Now I'm going to use RB for RBOB, so RB, there's my root. And I'm going to type in V9 for my October 09 contract. Now that's what I call hard coding. See, I hard coded the V9 on there. And note when you do that, that when that future contract expires, it will not roll to the next month automatically. Now, if you want to have your futures symbols roll upon expiration to the next contract, you have to use what we call an alias feature in ProphetX. Now, I'm going to do the same RBOB contract, but I'm going to use the alias this time. So note the @1 that I put on the symbol instead of the month year code. So I type in RB @1 and hit enter. Now again, note that both of those will be my October contract. Now, when that October contract expires, my top symbol in row 1 will become invalid because I hard coded it and it will no longer be trading, so it will become an invalid symbol. Now the second one in row 2, I added the @1, which means prompt month always. So when the October contract expires, it's going to automatically become the November contract. Now you can enter your other months into the ticker symbol field using the alias as well. So I can do an RB @2, RB @3, RB @4, etc. Now notice that each one of those will populate with the current contract, and then upon expiration each one of those will roll into the next contract. Now we have some other features to automate entering the alias. Okay, the first one I want to show you is using the F3 key, the chain key. Okay, note that I'm going to type in another root symbol. Let's do CL for crude, and I hit a space, my space bar once, and then let's say I want the next 6 contracts, so I type in a 6 and then hit the F3 key, and boom, the next 6 contracts appear. Now they are entered as @1, @2, @3, all the way through @6. Now another feature of the alias and F3 key is to get a whole chain or the whole futures curve for any root symbol. So I'm going to open up a new quote sheet, go to my quotes menu, click on quote sheet, and notice since I had my create new tabs in same window button pushed in, it just added the quote sheet right next to my other one in the same window. Okay, so let's say we want to see the whole forward curve for natural gas. So I can type in my NG and then just hit the F3 key, and boom, you see every contract that's traded for natural gas. And you can scroll and out there down at the bottom, you can see they'll just keep going out there. Okay, let's review a few other types of symbols we can enter into our quote sheet. So I'll go back to my previous quote sheet tab, and let's take a look at my freeform function. Okay, we can add mathematical functions right into ProphetX, and they can include addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. I can also use brackets and hard-coded numbers. Okay, I'm going to open up this ticker symbol field here, it's a little wider. Let's do a real basic one. Let's just do a spread between the first and second month natural gas. So I can type in QNG @1, I'm using my alias, minus QNG @2. Enter, and there's a spread between the first and second month. Now, I could have hard-coded those symbols if I wanted to, but I use the alias here, the @1 and the @2, so that will always roll upon expiration. Now here's another one. Let's do a natural gas strip, which is basically an average. And let's do a 3-month. So I'm going to do open paren QNG @1 plus QNG at 2 plus QNG at 3, close paren divided by 3, enter. So there's my 3-month natural gas strip, or my natural gas average. Now the other thing I want to note is that depending on what you're permissioned for, which exchanges, you can type in any of those symbols and get a quote on them. So if you got equities, I can type in stock symbol. So here's Microsoft. How about Google? If you have, let's say, Dow Jones indexes, you can type those in. So INDU.X. There's Dow Jones Industrials. Basically, any exchange that you're permissioned for, you can type those symbols in. Now, a couple things I want to note here. Now, I have real-time updates on my quotes, but you may have delayed on some exchanges so that you don't have to pay the exchange fees, but you may want to just get those on a delayed basis. So if you have something on a delayed basis, you'll see brackets behind it. So let's say I had delayed equities, so I'd have my Microsoft symbol here. Now behind it I would have a bracket, open paren, and then a number in there, maybe 20 or 30, which means how many minutes delayed it is, and then a closed bracket. So again, if you have any of those in a delayed mode where you're not paying the exchange fees, you'll see the bracket behind them. Now if you want to add any delayed exchanges, or you want to add any real-time exchanges, that's where you contact your salesperson and you can have those added. Now let's go ahead and take a look at a few different types of windows and entering symbols. So let's go take a look at a chart window now. So I'll go up to my charts menu and click on chart. So down here at the bottom where it says symbol or expression, I can type in any of those symbols, and I can even type in any free-form function, any mathematical function in here as well. So let's say I just want my prompt month natural gas contract, so I do QNG @1, enter. Now I use the alias, so that will roll automatically to the next contract upon expiration. Now a lot of times in your charts you want to do that because that way you don't have to recreate your charts. Now if you want to enter another symbol, I can just start typing on the chart. So how about a corn chart? So I just do C@1, enter, and boom, I get my corn chart. Now we can also type any of those functions in here as well. So I can do QNG @1 minus QNG @2, enter, and there's my spread chart. And that concludes this quick start video on how to enter symbols into ProphetX.